Welcome back to Daily AI News at Let's Data Science. It's 23rd August 2026. Today we're diving into some pivotal developments from the future of machine intelligence to major product launches. Let's get to it. Our top story today: rising memory costs may make some next generation NVIDIA based AI servers substantially more expensive. Bloomberg reported that some of NVIDIA's largest customers have been told prices for certain systems containing NVIDIA chips could rise by more than 15% in many cases. The affected deliveries are expected early next year and include selected configurations using Vera Rubin and Grace Blackwell hardware. Bloomberg said contract server builders serving major data center operators, including Microsoft, Alphabet's Google, and Oracle, had notified customers about prospective increases. Memory costs were cited as the driver, with the amount varying by chip generation and memory configuration. There is an important qualification here. This is not a confirmed, universal NVIDIA list price increase. The reporting concerns private notices moving through the server supply chain, and Reuters said it could not independently verify Bloomberg's report. NVIDIA had not provided comment to Reuters outside regular business hours. For infrastructure teams, the actionable issue is budgeting. Anyone planning capacity around Vera Rubin or Grace Blackwell systems may want to confirm current vendor quotes, memory assumptions, contract terms, and delivery schedules, rather than treating 15% as a blanket increase. From the cost of AI infrastructure to the physical systems it powers, Nevada is opening more regulatory room for robo-taxis. The Nevada Transportation Authority unanimously approved commercial permits for Tesla, Uber, and Waymo in Clark County, including Las Vegas. TechCrunch says the permits are collectively described as allowing as many as 8,000 robotaxis over the next 12 months. But there is an unresolved numbers problem. The published breakdown gives Tesla authorization for 5,000 vehicles, Waymo 1,000, and Uber 1,000, totaling 7,000 rather than 8,000. Zoox already has a separate permit for 100 robotaxis, which still leaves the reported aggregate unexplained. Uber's service is reported to involve Hyundai subsidiary Motional and Zoox. Authorization also should not be confused with deployment. Tesla Cybercab chief engineer Eric Early described Tesla's 5,000 vehicle authorization as a ceiling and said the company would be extremely happy and satisfied to reach about 2,500 vehicles within a year, perhaps somewhat more. That distinction matters technically. Scaling robotaxis requires vehicles, remote assistance, rider operations, geofencing, and regulatory compliance alongside the autonomous driving stack. Nevada has expanded the legal capacity for commercial operations, but how much of that capacity Tesla, Uber, and Waymo actually use remains open. While autonomous systems expand offline, Pew Research Center has measured how deeply generative AI may already be shaping the web. Its August 20th analysis examined nearly 500,000 English-language web pages spanning roughly 5 years using the Open Pangram AI detection tool. Pew found that 35% of pages published after ChatGPT's November 2022 release showed significant signs of AI authorship or substantial AI editing. That is different from Pew's random July 2026 sample of 10,000 pages containing both old and new material, where 10% showed significant signals. The methodology also does not prove that 35% of newer pages were entirely machine-generated. OpenPangram looks for linguistic patterns associated with AI-generated writing, and Pew explicitly cautions that detectors can misclassify both human and AI text. Domain differences were notable too. Reporting on Pew's findings put .com pages at roughly 1 in 10, compared with 4.6% for .org and about 1% for .edu and .gov pages. For teams training models or building retrieval and search systems from web crawls, this is fundamentally a provenance issue. Publication dates, source metadata, deduplication, quality filtering, and human review increasingly matter alongside probabilistic AI content detection. From machine-written pages to machines on the track, Honor is reporting an eye-catching humanoid locomotion result in Beijing. Honor says its self-developed Lightning humanoid robot covered 100 meters in 9.32 seconds during an August 22nd preparatory test for the Second World Humanoid Robot Games. The company reported a peak speed of 14.5 meters per second. For comparison, Usain Bolt's men's 100-meter world record is 9.58 seconds, set in 2009. But Lightning has not broken Bolt's athletics record. This was a robot demonstration ahead of an event for humanoid machines, not a sanctioned human race. And the available reporting does not establish equivalent world athletics rules, timing conditions, or competition requirements. The World Humanoid Robot Games opened in Beijing the same day, with more than 2,000 robots expected across 51 events. For robotics engineers, Lightning's speed is evidence about specialized mechanical design, balance, sensing, actuation, and high-speed control. It says much less by itself about deployment readiness. Reliability, energy efficiency, safety around people, and performance in operational environments remain separate questions. The defensible milestone is specific. Honor reported an unusually fast 100-meter test for its Lightning humanoid. Turning from robotics benchmarks to research provenance, an August 11th Arxiv preprint by Lena Holtzwarth, Rita Gonzalez Marquez, and Dmitry Kobak analyzed 1,194,287 open-access PubMed Central papers. It estimated that 89% of papers published in December 2025 showed excess vocabulary associated with large language model assistants. That is a corpus-level statistical signal, not proof that AI wrote entire papers or that any particular paper used AI. The research remains a preprint and has not been peer-reviewed. Staying with biomedical research, a historical Stanford result highlights an early use of graph learning for drug safety. In 2018, Stanford researchers reported that Decagon modeled potential side effects from drug pairs using a graph containing 645 drugs, 19,085 proteins, and more than 4.6 million drug combination side effect associations. Decagon used graph convolutional learning to prioritize possible interactions for follow-up. It was a research tool for generating hypotheses, not a prescribing system or replacement for clinical testing and judgment. From an established research system to an intentionally mysterious model, OxAlpha has appeared on OpenRouter as a free preview. OpenRouter lists multimodal inputs and a 1,048,576 token context window. Community fingerprinting has linked OxAlpha to Jipu AI's GLM family, including reported similarities with GLM 5.3 and GLM 5V Turbo, but neither Jipu AI nor OpenRouter has publicly confirmed its provider. Early DeepSui coding claims are also based on a small community test, so production conclusions would be premature. That uncertainty around model behavior connects to another historical lesson in adversarial robustness. In 2018, University of Toronto researchers Parham Arabi and Avishek Bose described a privacy filter using subtle adversarial perturbations against a faster RCNN face detector. On the cropped 300W test set, detected faces reportedly fell from about 99.5% to 0.5%. The result demonstrated a vulnerability in that specific experimental setup, not universal protection against facial recognition, and performance also changed under JPEG compression. From adversarial behavior to cooperation, another 2018 study examined whether machines could sustain mutually beneficial interactions with people. Published in Nature Communications, the work evaluated an algorithm called S-sharp in repeated two-player stochastic games, comparing human-machine, human-human, and machine-machine interactions. S-sharp achieved cooperation with people at levels comparable to humans in the tested settings, while machine-machine pairings were stronger on average. The result concerns controlled games, not broad social understanding or a current deployed assistant. And finally, cooperation between humans and machines takes a physical form with Fuxi. China North Industries Group Corporation, or Norinco, has unveiled the roughly 90-kilogram humanoid and an external avatar teleoperation system that mirrors an operator's movements in real time. Norinco plans to showcase Fuxi at the 2026 World Robot Conference in Beijing, with intended roles including reconnaissance, patrols, and hazardous environment work. Reports provide no measured end-to-end latency or independent evaluation, so claims of effectively lag-free control remain unsubstantiated. And that's your AI briefing for today. The landscape is moving faster than ever, and we'll be here to track it with you. For more insights, visit us at letsdatascience.com. Thanks for tuning in, stay curious, and we'll be back tomorrow with the latest in AI.